Sis, tell me about this event and why you're here. What made you come down to this event today?
So yeah, I came down to the event to support Jerome and one of the past members from the VRU,
Yeah.
who actually runs and directs the Hope organization.
Yeah.
And I just decided to come down on my Sunday because I feel like we really need to have these type of solution-focused discussions wherein young people, we tend to be left out of this conversation about a new London or a new future when we are the future. And I feel like we should be given more of these spaces where we can actually be heard, be listened to, and be taken seriously. And that's why I came down. So
What do you think the community needs to do better than, like in London? What do you think we need to improve on as a community?
Collectively, we have to be willing to be uncomfortable. I feel like we are so comfortable in our issues because we know what they are, so we know how to prepare and be aware of it. But I feel like the only way we're gonna get change is when, as a community, as a collective, we are ready to go through that uncomfortability so that we can get a better future. Because change does not come to those that stay in a comfort zone. It only comes when something triggers you or when something pushes you out of that comfort zone. So we just need to be ready to go through a period of unease, discomfort, so that then not only the current young generation like me and the younger ones, but also for the future younger ones to not have to deal with what we're dealing with, because it's sad hearing from the elders that what we're going through as the youngers, they went through already, and we're still fighting the same thing that they fought
years ago.
And we don't want that for the younger ones that's coming now. So I feel like we as a community need to be willing to be uncomfortable. We just need to be uncomfortable.
Do you see any changes right now happening in this current climate?
What I see is that there is an increase in the want for change. And there is an appetite for change. Within institutions as well. We have to give credit where credit is due. There are the few that do genuinely want to change. But what I'm noticing is that it's either being stopped, delayed, or covered up, because at the end of the day, people have to pick between their survival and their livelihood and others. And sometimes you need to put your needs above the needs of others. And that is because, and they're put in those situations because there isn't enough or a lot of support around them to help them properly make the change that they want to do.
So what type of change do you want to see from now to next year, and even for the future? Like
from
what type
now
of change?
To next year,
and even into the future.
For more people to walk in their sovereignty, in their sovereignty, everyone tends to, because everyone just goes through the motions of the day. I feel like a lot of people forget who they are, or lose themselves in their work and lose themselves in whatever. And I understand why cost of living, people need to make their money, people have kids, people have families, people have, they have a lot of responsibilities and they need to keep up with it. But at the same time, it's like people lose themselves in that and they forget who they are. And they lose their autonomy because they're just going through the motions. And sometimes by the time you know it, it's the next working week, and it's like, oh my God,
it's true. Bills.
What did I go through? But because they're always on the clock, there isn't a time to rest and just be. Be. So that's what I hope, is that when we go through all of these trials and tribulations, when we go through all of these changes, and when we bring about this new world and everything, that people will now be able to have the space and the allowance to just be.
I agree. And what you got anything coming up next year for you? Any creative stuff on a personal?
Any creative things on a personal level? I don't know. It's a bit.
Do you do music? Anything? Poetry?
I do poetry and spoken word.
Yeah, big up yourself.
So, but I work in silence. I move in silence. But when the time is right, you'll know.
We'll know, sis. We'll know. Queenie, love.